Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, August the 29th, 2022. Monday, August 29th, 2022. Today's episode was pretty good. Ava was found, but I'm going to get into that a little bit later. We had chatter that, trust me, I fast forwarded through the Cody and Britt, all of their conversations. I didn't really want to hear it because it's the same old broken record. Same old broken record with that pair. But I think the way they ended up with some kind of kiss, what did it mean? I don't know. I'm surprised after the kiss, Britt didn't slap him and say, I can't stand you. I mean, that's what's next. I mean, it's just incredible the back and forth that we're put under with them. We had Spencer stinking drunk. And Finn finds him, and Finn is talking to him because he's really looking for Elizabeth. But he's talking to Spencer, and they're kind of making some headway. And he's like, "Would you like me to find my father?" And Spencer's like, "No, he's not. He wouldn't be the one I want to see." And so they're talking, and then Spencer was finally going to open up to Finn, and then Victor comes in. So Victor comes in and says, "No, no, no, I will take care of my great nephew. It's what family's for. Thank you, but no thank you." And Finn is like, "Well, okay, good, because he's looking for Elizabeth anyway, right?" Then we have Nicholas, who finds Elizabeth sitting there in her daze. Elizabeth brings her out. Huh? What? She's looking around. What happened? This is the same woman that says, I am fine. Stop worrying about me, Finn. Stay out of my business, Finn. I know what I'm doing, Finn. But we did what, where, oh no, I've lost track of time again. Yeah, let that be when you're taking care of a patient, Elizabeth. But I am so sick of Elizabeth. They need to get on with this trauma. Obviously, it's probably between her and Sarah, some stay. I mean, who knows? Who cares? It's such ancient history that old storyline means nothing. Okay. We spent a lot of time with Felicia talking to Mac and trying to figure out the events of the past, what could have happened. Dominic now was admitted to Shady Brook by her husband. He was trying to get a hold of her money. Mac feels that perhaps Dominic was pregnant and didn't know. Look, I don't know how crazy she was in Shady Brook. You notice your stomach getting bigger. Okay, I mean, she was not in a coma like Nina in Shady Brook. Okay, she wasn't. You notice, well, if they get, well, look, absolutely. You notice if you've given live birth to a baby naturally, oh, you notice labor pains, okay? I don't care how crazy you are. If she was given a cesarean and they took her baby, ladies that have had cesareans, I had two, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, you know, after when your body has been cut into, you know it. So I'm not buying she could have been in Shady Brook and didn't know she had a child. Nope. They need to come up with something better than that. Bottom line, I honestly feel it's going to be Mac's child, period. That's going to be Max, some long lost son. And Leopold possibly took the child and gave it away because he knew that wasn't his child. You know, perhaps Dominic knew she was pregnant, but when she delivered, they could have told her baby died. Now, that could have happened because that happens a lot in soap operas. You know, you have a baby, you're in a mental place, and guess what? Your baby died and they gave it to somebody else. That's the norm on soap. So I believe that. Now, Jocelyn, I guess I should call her Carly Jr., right? She is so much her mother's daughter. It's incredible. When she got a hold of Nina, she was telling Michael on the phone that, yeah, Wiley, the nanny, was putting him down. He was staying at the main house. He was so happy. And she saw Nina and she's like, look, let me tell you something. This may not be my house, but I know you are not welcome here. And Nina's like, I brought some desserts that were accidentally delivered to the Metro Court. Now, come on now, everybody. Remember when Sonny threw the dirt on the barbecue pit? Drew and Carly took a whole lot of time cleaning that barbecue pit. But before they started cleaning, Sonny, Olivia, and Nina, where were they going? They were going to Nina's car to get the desserts out of it, all three of them. Sonny said, come on, let's go get the desserts out the car. Oh my God. What do you mean those desserts are still in the car festering? You just unrefrigerated? Just no, they already got the desserts out, but that Nina's hanging out. She'll be out next week. You know, she'll still be hanging out at the Quartermain's house a week from now saying, I got desserts in the car. You see, I can't go home till the desserts get out of my car. But anyway, Jocelyn is like, okay, leave. How long does it take to get desserts out of a car? And then I will help you go. And Sonny's like, what's going on here? And then Jocelyn said her little snipe. And Sonny's like, Jocelyn, whatever he says to her, she goes, look, let me tell you something. I am my mother's daughter. And I know how to, she said something a little snipey. I'm not going to repeat what she said because I'm trying to, keep it, I say soap opera clean, but a little cleaner than what Jocelyn said. But it was true. Oh, she know how to slap her. There we go. And she turned and walked away. And the funny thing is, Sonny, he looked like, but the look on his face would be the same look when Carly would be flying off of a handle, right? When Carly would be Carly, Sonny sometimes would go like, and that's what he did with Jocelyn. I was like, go ahead, girl. Thank you, Joss. So in the meantime, guess who is the actual person that finds Ava? It was actually Jocelyn. So here's poor Ava bleeding out on the deck. I decided to do a collage. Otherwise, every single picture was Ava in blood. So look, let's just get this all out. There she is on the deck bleeding out. Jocelyn finds her. Jocelyn does put some pressure on the wound. She gets a towel, but she's telling Ava, look, I need you to hold this because I don't have my phone. She's thinking, where the heck is my phone? It's probably still in the kitchen in her purse. So but Ava has already passed out from the loss of blood. So Jocelyn's like, I can't leave because I need to keep pressure on this. And so Jocelyn's just saying, help, and guess who hears her? Go figure. Guess who hears her? Not Dr. Finn, who's wandering around looking for Elizabeth. Not him. Not even though Elizabeth is crazy, but she was back to reality by then. Not Elizabeth. Her and useless Nicholas, they didn't hear. No. Not Britt. Who Britt should be in, but we don't know how far away the stables are from the boathouse. But not Dr. Britt. She wasn't the one. It is not even right-hand man. It's Sonny's little juniorette, Dex. Hey, Jocelyn? You calling for help, Joss? So Dex is the one. But Dex is the one with that military in the field training, and he knew exactly what to do to kind of minimize the blood loss. And Jocelyn calls 911, but Jocelyn, he goes, we don't have time to wait. And she goes, but won't moving her around make things worse? And he's like, look, she'll be dead by the time they get here. And in my mind, I'm thinking, but Jocelyn has the phone, call Sonny. He is right there. Sonny would have coordinated the medical people, personnel that were on location right then to help stop that bleeding so that they could get Ava transferred to GH safely. But okay, yeah, it worked out. They got her there, so she arrived. There she is in the stretcher. And poor Dex and Joss have blood all on them, but they got her there, and they're heading her right into surgery. So let's face it, we all know Ava is going to pull through. She's going to survive. Good. We knew this was not going to kill Ava, right? But one thing that happened that let me know he didn't do it. When Spencer told Victor that Ava told, he found out from Ava about Nicholas and Esme, Victor was like, Ava told you? So we already know that. And then Spencer was still drunk enough that he didn't realize, no, I overheard her and my father arguing. Ava didn't just tell Spencer, right? But Victor's reaction there, no, Victor did not know. So Victor didn't go try to find her to kill her or have her killed because he didn't know she spilled the beans, right? Period. So that lets Victor off the hook. And I honestly don't believe Nicholas did that either, because his first thing was, I'm running to the hospital. I got to be with Ava. That's Nicholas. But wasn't it interesting how they all come up to the scene and they're seeing the blood on the deck? We have Nicholas, Elizabeth, Finn, Spencer, Victor, and who else? Anna was there too. And they're like, oh, Nicholas, I gotta go. And Mac is like, no. Police are coming. We need statements from all of you as to where you have been for the last 2 hours. What have you been doing? So that's tomorrow probably be boring statements and people saying whatever that they've been doing. But Ava made it to the hospital. So that was the highlight of the General Hospital today. Let's go to Comment Corner. We have quite a bit of comments from Comment Corners. Let's start with no. Let's go down. Oh, we have actually a General Hospital cast member who his name is Nathaniel Gray, who plays Mason. That is Austin's cousin. Right? Cousin, Austin's cousin. And he actually said he's because he commented a few times, but it's like the second time. He said, by the way, he plays Mason. And I looked up his name and I put his IMDb link in my comments if anybody wants to see his IMDb information. But he says that he loves my General Hospital reviews. So good. They're entertaining. Okay. He says it helps him catch up on what's going on. And you would think, what do you mean catch up on what's going on? You work on the show. But I do know that, especially from watching Maurice Bernard's State of the Union or State of Mind, that if they're not in scenes with other cast members, they don't intermingle. So certain people don't know other people, believe it or not, because their scenes don't overlap. So they don't work at the same times and they don't know. So that was interesting. Pretty much. I mean, if Sonny doesn't interact with Austin, then he doesn't really know Austin as far as on set, because their paths don't cross. So that's interesting. So he says it helps help him catch up on what's going on, him being new to the show. And so I made a funny little comment to him. I said, welcome. But if you heard Ava, watch out for Sonny Corinthos, because she's a baby mama, right? Ava is a baby mama to Sonny, so Mason. But anyway, and then I ended up, because I said, look, I poked fun at the writing since he is actually a bad guy, then I'm going to be talking about a bad guy, right? Don't take it personal because I'm talking about a bad guy. And he came back and he replied, he says, no, he's expecting a lot of hate, but he's welcoming it because that means he's doing a good job, because he does what they tell him to do, and he's going to do it to the best of his ability. So you know what, keep chiming in or listening or to my recaps, Nathaniel. We welcome you, and we hope you have a great time on General Hospital. Susan says she believes Terry, we were talking about if they're going to start a transgender storyline or just kind of skip over it. She says she believes Terry already had surgery. Yes, Terry had her reassignment surgery years ago when she first came to General Hospital, and she were talking to Elizabeth. One of the things she talked about was that she had already done that years ago. Brooklyn says that, yes, stellar performance by Nicholas Chavez. She remembers in 2010, Elizabeth Weather. Well, yeah, they betrayed Lucky here. We definitely know that. And then Michael says, very correct. He brought it. They're talking about Spencer, the actor that plays Spencer. Great review. Thank you. Thank you. Then we got more praise. Oh, yeah. And this was from Nathaniel Gray himself. Nicholas was absolutely brilliant to watch. Okay, yes, he was. And then Susan said 2 days ago, Mason was just saying that he needed to make sure Ava was eliminated and headed out, as Austin was right behind him. Austin just believed that Ava really didn't hear anything, which is so true. So we don't know, because goodness, did Mason give Austin the slip? Because hello, remember I said about the doctors at the picnic? Austin is also one of those doctors that even if he was trying to find Mason, he should have run up on Ava, and Austin could have offered some medical attention. So that's interesting. We don't know what happened there. And then we got a comment from Donna. She said Nick is a horrible father and he needs to take responsibility. Spencer was amazing. Yes, Spencer was amazing. And then we're just getting more kudos for Nicholas Chavez on his acting job. And those are the comments from Comment Corner. Everybody else pretty much praising. This Chemo Beauty said, yes, Nicholas Chavez was really showing us why he won that Emmy. Yep. Poor Spencer needs to run into Trina. Yes, he does. And honestly, I think that I saw a preview. I kind of think that Trina's going, somehow he is going to run into Trina and confide in her or talk to her. We know that's coming. That's going to loop Trina into him. And that's about it. So listen, this was a good episode. Ava got the help she needs. She is going to pull through. That Jerome, those Jeromes don't die too easily. Julian, goodness, had been shot in that ambush shootout at that bus station or train bus. It was a bus station, and he still ended up making it to the bridge over the falls. Those Jeromes are hard to kill. So I will be back tomorrow with Tuesday, August the 30th, daily recap of General Hospital.